Welcome to Bolton Abbey in Yorkshire. Now I'm just going to show you, before I show you the Abbey, I'm just going to show you the beautiful surroundings that are around here. Over to that side there. Now we'll get to the main Abbey with the reason that we're here. So there's been continuous worship in this area since 1154 from the monks in this area. This building was started in 1154 and was worshipped until the Reformation, Henry VIII's Reformation, which currently left it in the state that it's in at the moment. Now you can see that the graveyard is behind here. This is the back of the church. We're going to get round to the front in a minute and show you some of the old details and give you a bit more information of the inside. But I'll just show you this bit for now. That's the famous river wharf. Can't get through the gate. So to use its full name for this building, it is the Priory Church of St Mary and St Cuthbert. Now you can obviously see the condition that it's in now due to the Reformation. It would have been torn down. It's now scheduled as a monument, so it's not going to receive any further damage. So there's some interesting things about this place. So when the Reformation happened and they destroyed this church that's here, or the Abbey, whichever you want to call it, the important things like the relics and the jewellery and that kind of thing, the things that was worth the money, that was given to Henry VIII. Look at this inside here now. Oh, it's such a shame when you see a building like this. I can just imagine the grand window would have been there looking out and the sun coming through. Would have been an amazing sight. Let's get around here. Yeah, so when Henry received all the jewels and stuff like that, his second in command kind of thing, his right hand man, Thomas Cromwell, he received all the lead from the roof. So even things like that was given away to the people of importance, the people of power. Let's get through to this bit here. So there's quite a bad glare off the sun, but you can get a bit of detail of some of the walls and the structures that would have been there originally. So this part of the building that you're looking at now with the windows that are still intact inside, this is the last person that was here when the Reformation happened, actually protested and managed to allow this part of the church or abbey again to stay as it was for people of the local area to still be able to worship. Because around here it is quite like a countryside place, you know what I mean? There's not a lot of things around it. You can see there, this looks like some kind of castle. I don't know how old that is or what's happened there, but this is the view of the back of Bolton Abbey. Or is this the front? I'm pretty sure that you can still get into this part. So we'll have a look around here and then go back to the ruins. Just walk through now into the part that is still used for worship. You can see some of the old brickwork there. I don't know how original that is. It doesn't look 100%, but a beautiful piece of music as you walk in. You can just see the light coming through onto the wall. It looks beautiful. Not sure what that represents. Maybe it's something to do with the area, what kind of crops they would have been growing and that kind of thing. Got symbols of the church underneath. There is actually, over one of these sides, there's a model of what it would have looked like in its actual heyday before the Reformation. Well, first of all, there's an aerial view of what it currently looks like. So you've just seen this area. That's where we are now, inside there. And that's what it would have looked like as it would have been in 1539. We've got the Priory Old Lodging area, the unfinished western tower. It looks quite similar to the Worley Abbey, where I was last week, for people who've seen that video. Chapter house. But we'll get outside again now and have a further look around the ruins. So just before I was about to walk out, then I've just spotted something that I missed on the first way around. The stone altar. Now, to put this into a bit of perspective, it's believed that this stone would have been worshipped on in the same time that Thomas Becket was murdered in Canterbury Cathedral. For people who know that story. We've got some of the crests of the people that live in this area. The Clifford family, I think they owned quite a bit of the land around here. Something possibly to do with giving it to the people of this church. So I've just left inside the church now, come back outside to see the ruins, what's left of the building. As I said before, such a shame to see things like this that's been destroyed for the Reformation. I understand there was change in the country and stuff like that, but I just feel personally that it should have just been left. You know, maybe close it down or something like that. Don't allow people to go in, but you know, if that's your intention. But to knock it down and just destroy it happened to so many places in England. It's quite rare that you see a graveyard like this in an area like this as well, which is quite unusual. It's very interesting. So this place isn't too far from Skipton, if anybody's interested in visiting. It's free to get in, obviously. There's not much left of it really, is there? And this is where I first started coming in this part. So I'll just give you a view from here now. Step back a bit. And this is Bolton Abbey. So I'll just come back to the front of the abbey just to show you. See how clear you can see up there. There's a figure, a statue of a dog. And that apparently represents a local folklore of a song that is in English history called Hey Diddle Diddle. And it goes, hey diddle diddle, the cat jumped over the fiddle and ran away with the moon. Something along those lines. I can't remember it from being in school, but you can see the missing signs again from Henry. But yeah, there's one there and there's one also up there as well, which is supposed to represent the same thing. So it's a nice bit of English folklore before we go. So you can see the famous stepping stones at Bolton Abbey. Unfortunately they look a bit too much flooded for me at the moment to be standing on them. Don't fancy going in there.